Hello, my amigos and amigas. I'm Pat, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, today is a great day. No, Friday was a great day. I just watched a new WandaVision, and here are my thoughts about it. WandaVision brings out the art of sexiness and seduction between the two love bugs. It was directed by Matt Sankman, and the executive producer is obviously Kevin Feige. We're seeing the lives of the two underrated characters, Wanda Maximoff and Vision, played by Elizabeth Olsen and obviously Paul Bettany. In the shortest way as possible of my own summary before we get into deeper topics is that WandaVision reminds me of the movie Pleasantville. It is a domestic horror story that showcases all of the golden eras from the 1950s to the 2010s. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit of action in the first two episodes, but it starts off as one of those old-time neck and neck movies. To be honest, when I was thinking of watching this show, I thought they would be having a little bit of action, and that is fantastic. I really like that. The music is very nostalgic. It reminds me of when I was a little girl. I may not be watching like one of those old shows like I Love Lucy or the Think Back or the Dick Van Dyke Show or Bewitched, but I remember seeing a few episodes of it when I was a teenager. I liked it a little bit, but not too much because it was just so damn cheesy. But it is very similar, but except for a few altercations. I'll except for a few altercations. And also, no, the style of the show, it is very dedicated. The sets, the music, where they use it, where Wanda start using her magic, you may not see the wires them, but it feels like you're back in time, and I think that is a really well done. The actors are very great as well, and the comedic timing, it's kind of cheesy, as you all know, but it works. So during the middle of the two episodes, then um it starts off slow, but then you start seeing the more serious stuff. But they played it off as some sort of gag by comedic views. And to be honest, I think if you're a casual viewer, you probably might not see them as quickly until you like rewatch them and look into more into Reddit, or if someone's like a crazy movie Marvel fan, you might start seeing the connections going together. If you're like a really really stan, or no, if you're like a more of a dedicated fan, then you might start no, if you're like a more dedicated fan of Wanda, you start seeing the little Easter eggs within the movie, within the TV show. And let me talk about the ending. The ending is very sweet and it's like, once if you like lick the ending, you're just gonna get a full on diabetes. It is so sweet until the screen start moving out and you start seeing what is going on within the show. Okay, here are my favorite part. Here are my favorite parts of this entire two episodes. When it start getting creepy, that's actually one of my favorite parts. So when Mr. Hart started choking on the strawberry, that is when it was like kind of getting like really serious. I was just like, oh god, something's gonna bad happen. I think it shows how slow are they building up the tension. It starts off as little cute things, and people might think that, that's not that bad, or people might be a little bit worried they don't like me. So it's like, and then when it started going back to normal, the characters in Wanda's TV bubble, they start acting as very normal as possible. So that was kind of weird. I was really excited to see that. My favorite part, the one who brings out the role the most is Wanda when she started speaking in her transatlantic accent, and when I don't know if she consciously or unconsciously choke Mr. Hart, you start seeing um the facade that is slowly breaking down, and Mrs. Hart is obviously terrified. It started coming off as like funny, like "Oh, stop it, honey," but then you start hearing the tearfulness and the fear saying that, "Hey, you need to stop it," and she can't control it. So we have like some sort of idea that Wanda is definitely controlling this. Oh my god, I don't know what they do. No, I don't know what the what whoever did this, but the way how they shot the cameras them, where it started going into like old time media, but when it started getting serious, you start seeing it become more modernized. Unfortunately, I was expecting, like, when I was watching the trailer, was expecting that the TV would get like wider from 4:3 ratio to 6 for 4:3 ratio to no from 4:3 ratio to 16:9 ratio, but unfortunately it didn't work like that. But I thought it would be cool, but at the same time it would be very overdone. But I still like how they shot it. It's, I don't know, when I read it somewhere they call it from single to moderate camera, so it depends, I think. And especially when Wanda tried to say help him, it became um it reminds me so much of the old Twilight TV shows them, or Hitchcock. Hitchcock will be the perfect, because I remember watching some clips of it and it reminds me so much like it. And I think it was so successfully done. I just like how it goes from, it doesn't like break up so easily. It's like a smooth transition from oh, soft 50s to dramatic, fearful, and moderate, and I think that's great. The second, okay, my second favorite scene is when Vision took the big red gum. I don't know how, come on, he's Vision. He can vibe or whatever he does, phase out the gum out of his body. But no, he's not gonna do that because of plot armor. That's so dumb. But I still like it. I never see Vision in a very comedic light, so props to Paul Bettany. He really act like a stupid himbo drunk, and I loved it so much. I am surprised that the Big Red destroyed him. Like everything except for Thanos. Little big hands them destroy him, but no, the Big Red. But then again, when you see it, every single color of the screen, whenever it seems odd, it is red. Suspicious. Okay. It was a really nice break from being robotic. And the third favorite scene in episode one, no, I think episode one, or I don't remember, episode one or two, before the don't shoot the messenger scene, is when Wanda said that, oh, I will be myself, and Angus is just like, bro, no, Angus is just like, bro, what you doing, honey? No, 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 no. Don't be yourself. You'll kill off everybody. Mm-mm. No, boo boo. No, boo boo. Not even try. Okay, and my most favorite out of both episodes is the advertisements. I think they're fucking great. The advertisements really, really puts you back, like way back in the 50s or 60s or something like that. And the Easter eggs come out throughout the scenes, make it like really, really nice. Especially when you see the toaster and you start hearing the repulsor noise from Iron Man, and then you got the Strucker watch from Baron von Strucker. I think those are really awesome. Um, they're also very anxiety producing. Whenever I hear like when it's become very repeated, I just like get all anxious all of a sudden. Like it's some sort of a bomb, and you just hear it over and over, and you just want to make it stop. Like, ugh. And I think that is the point because they did well done, and the actors were like so nice. And well, except for the first episode where the lady was just like looking at it and she's like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Like that was the same reaction I was getting, but I was feeling a little bit anxious because it's just like tick 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 like a bomb. I know that it might be some reference to Wanda family died at the bomb site. That's from Tony. That was pretty sad. It's just like WandaVision is pretty much Maximoff trying to find is experience some sort of post traumatic stress disorder or some sort of hallucination, or I don't know what she has. But some sort of post traumatic stress disorder, and the way how she copes with it is by making a TV land. But even though maybe in my own opinion she's trying to repress those, but once you start repressing those stuff, you might always forget, or some for some reason you're gonna get some flashbacks or nightmares about it, which is obvious, and it's gonna get to her. I know that it will. It's it's really hard. I know how that feels, darling, and I want to hug Wanda so much because of it, because it's just so sad. My final favorite part of the scene of WandaVision, which is in episode 2, is where you see the beekeeper, or the so-called beekeeper with the sword logo on it, and she said no. That was so cool. Like she started rewinding time. I'm just like, holy shit, imagine. Just imagine the power she will have to deal with. What if there's like a crazy big event? I don't really read into the comments as much, but I heard a lot about House of M, and I am a too long don't read person, so I'm not gonna buy the comic book them. I'm just gonna just be like, I like comic books, but I'm just like not really into them. So I'm more into the movies more. I'm more into the movies, so sorry. But when she said no, I was just like, shit. This lady is becoming so powerful that a single word can just dominate the whole goddamn reality. Girl, you terrify me. I love you, but you terrify me. I know that shit is gonna go down. And one thing for sure, shit is gonna go down. But I'm not sure what did they do, but I know that the shots then became more and more claustrophobic and more some sort of dramatic, and I think that's great. Alright, girl, you're the best. Okay, so let's talk about the actors. All the actors are great. I can't complain about none of them. They did their job well. I can't. My favorite two characters are Katrin Hine and Elizabeth Olsen. They Elizabeth Olsen plays the two coins of a suburban perfect wife and the powerful witch. Girl, I cannot wait until I just want to see Scarlet Witch as evil and go into the bad side and start doing some crazy shit. And I want to see her as vulnerable as possible and see how she's willing to hmm, how she's willing to get through to save her illusion or dead boyfriend. And Katrin Han as Agnes, I think she's really awesome. She's such a noisy neighbor. She just pops out of nowhere for some goddamn reason. Like, girl, where did you come from? And I'm surprised that she's really unfazed by Wanda the most. So Angus is looking a little sus. Maybe at no heartness? I don't know. I don't read the comments, but I read a lot of stuff. Could be. The one thing I don't like this movie is that it can be quite boring at times for me, and it can be slow. But to be honest, slow is good. I think they're going to build. I think it's going to be slow, and they in the third episode it might be going progressively faster. So I'm really excited to see that. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch. I hi not. I highly recommend for anyone who's a little bit bored or just like not my type of thing is that you rewatch it and actually go on like certain stuff like Reddit or YouTube to see like some Easter eggs, because there's a lot of Easter eggs that pop in there like crazy. There's a lot of them, so you might be a little bit more excited than usual. And just wait a little bit until you see the third episode, because I don't really know much about it, but apparently things are going to get a little bit faster than usual. So my recommendation, well, you can watch it whatever you want. um if you're gonna watch it, if you had the time and money, or if you live in the US, I recommend that you watch it on Disney Plus. That's what I did. I for I have the privilege to have a job and live with someone's house to be able to afford Disney Plus. If you're unable to afford it, you can always try different torrent websites. I think that's the best suggestion. I cannot I really cannot say that you can't really watch it, because you want to support, and I want to support Marvel stuff because I'm really passionate about Marvel movies and TV shows. So I give my rating a B plus. I think that throughout the episodes, the creepiness factors, I hope it might get to some sort of Get Out, because a lot of people say it's like Get Out, but I'm just like, Get Out is a different category. I want to see it go to Get Out, to get it to. I want it to go to Get Out type of horror, because you kind of see it there, but it's not really there. I was not really scared easily, and just be like, what the fuck is happening here, but not afraid. So I hope they amp up the scare factor a little bit more. And well, I can't really tell them to downplay the comedic timing, because obviously you know that the goddamn show is depending on the different timelines. So now in the third episode you might see the 70s, so it might be a little bit better. I want to see the 2010s though, because I like the 2010 shows. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and comment. I really enjoy you. Please follow me wherever you see me. Hit me up. Adios. Bye.